Good day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be at this will be my Knackers Yard. That'll be my youngest on a scooter in the back garden. Going to be a bit of a low impact one today, I think. Good news plural. Good news first is my gasket arrived. I wasn't expecting it to, so that's now on and sealed, which can only be, I say sealed, it's on. I do need to just whip round it and make sure it's all torqued up. Just had my breakfast. I think I might also have a bit of a piss around with the coils this morning, try and sort out that really dodge one. I want to try and sort out that side, the clutch cover, and get the clutch working today as well. So kind of tinkering more than doing big stuff. Result could be big stuff, because I could end up going for a start today. Now I've got it sealed up, and just see how that oil, or see if the oil is now just coming out that stator cover, which will reduce some of my concerns to a degree. It's going to be burning oil because there's oil on it, but it'll burn it off. Good news the second, Dan Barnes to the rescue, good lad that he is. Dan's offered me a couple of pipes that should fit. They go down to, he's measured them at 37, that's 36. I can bodge them on. A couple of you guys have said about expander sleeves and things like that. I've got one on the outside. I've got about 3 in there. It's just that there's a finite amount you can achieve with them to go from, you know, a bigger hole to a smaller hole. And plus, with each one of those, you're going to get gaps around it as well. And that's the problem, is the fact that it's just a bit guffy with these. They're also straight throughs, no baffle, and no way of putting in a baffle. By a baffle, it's got, you know, a triangle of metal in there just to break the sound waves ever so slightly, but that's it. That's all it's got. So I'll give them a go. I have had a look at the 2-to-1 exhaust, which I would ideally love to use, but with my newfound welding skills, can I fix that? I think not with my welder, and I'll show you why. Okay, so this is my sample piece from my day course, which and my beautiful welds that I'm very proud of, and the one where Neil made me try and go over it again and just fucked it up. Looking at the other side, which the other dude did much better. I had a quick go with my welder, and hence you can see all this splattering because mine's flux core and the flux has to go somewhere. Now this is on my lowest setting. Now by setting, there's no dial, there's no variation on mine. It's got 2 switches, each with 2 states. So it's got a high, low, a 1 and a 2. So effectively it's got 4 settings. You know, low 1 being the lowest, high 2 being the highest. On its highest setting, high 2, look at that, burn through. I mean, I was holding it a little bit steady, but you know, and that is, I don't know, 3 mil. Where's my calipers? Got loads of stuff on the floor I'm going to show you in a minute, so I'm moving around a little gingerly. Never understood why it's gingerly. Not highly anti-guar when it comes to movement. Maybe because I don't have soles. Sorry, Sid. I suppose that's 2 mil. Nearest, damn it. 198, yeah, 2 mil. So 2 mil. Setting number 4 will just burn through it. 2 mil on my lowest setting, and I do get some penetration through. I'm just burning through that. So on my lowest setting, I'm burning through. Now, to me, that means I probably need something with more variation, with a lower setting than my low 1 setting. I'm not sure. What do you think, people? I'm tempted to just buy a cheap stick machine with a dial. And by cheap, they're sort of 50 quid-ish, 60 quid, something like that, just so that I can get it at a really low setting. Because a lot of the stuff I do is thin metal. I mean, that's quite clampy for me. That's quite beef. You know, a lot of my stuff is smaller than that. But anyway, we'll get onto that, I am sure. Rudely interrupted by neighbours walking. Let's have a catch up on the electrolysis. So you can see one buzzing away down here. I've done it through the battery, through the charger, because that charger didn't like going direct. On the end of this I have the really quite fucked cover, but it was really quite nasty on the inside, so I'm just going to leave that burning away if I can, and just getting rid of any residual keck that we got going on in there. On you bugger. That's cool. Right, let's get you set up in a stand and we'll show you how awful the stuff is coming out of that tank. Alright. Alright, unplug, power off. Safety first. Well, safety second or third, but let's try not to kill ourselves. I've had various techniques of securing this so it doesn't come in contact with the tank. The best one that I found ultimately is a bit of rubber tubing around the top. I'm being careful, I don't really want to knock this stuff back in. I've gone for bending my sacrificial element, just sticking a vice underneath it with a hammer just to try and get as much surface area as I can down there, but that's nasty. And it's still going. Now I have changed the water, I have changed the soda crystals, but oh, come on, focus on what I want you to. You know, it's still going strong, and I ran all that water out of there clean. It's still picking stuff out, so I don't think I'm going to do it this weekend. I might leave it till next weekend. Try and get any progress on that. I'm just going to move it out of the way at the moment because I want to drag that bike out. Well, a bit quick start. Loud as fuck. Right, a bit of peace and quiet. I don't know if the camera turned itself off there. I've cured that leak at the front. That gasket is squared that way, so at least I think I have. There is oil there, but I think it's existing oil. I'm getting some bleeding out through the rev counter. Yeah, it is rev. But I've still got that drip down the bottom. Now I don't know what that is. It seems to be coming out of the stator. There does seem to be some oil on the top. Well, mind you, that's probably just starting fluid. See now it's warm if it'll start without any fucking around. Nearly out of fuel. Right, I'll fix the clutch to see if I can get a gear. Yeah. Sorry, you're listening to Matt's live stream in the background. Dirty Garage Guy. See if you can get it started again. Oh, pretty much dry fuel actually. Shut up, Matt. Right, it's just that leak now. Just that leak. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's coming from the stator. It's not leaking around the front now. It certainly doesn't seem to be. I've got no other oil egress, I don't think. It's just chucking it. And that's a fair amount as well. I'm actually slightly concerned as how much is in it, left in it, but then I don't want to put more in it if it's just going to throw it back out again. I might do a bit of research, but I mean, give me suggestions, boys, girls, if you got any, if you know these bikes well. I'm going to carry on with the tank, so I want to see if it moves. It's going to be a fairly sketchy move, to be fair. I'm going to be bungee cording / plastic cuffing, wiring away from the wheel to achieve it. But I've got a back brake, now I've got a front brake. I just want to give it a go. Still can't quite work out what's going on with the electrics. I haven't wired in the back light yet. I have the indicators, and I've now got a little number plate thingy on. Although I've gone beef on the cross for the indicators, I didn't for the sheet, and it's boing 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 boing. So I'm going to have to have another play with that, I think. But yeah, part of me thinks the perpetual part of me thinks I am close. Part of me thinks I'm fucking miles away. Just don't know. Don't know. If I could just sort that fucking oil leak out. I'm sure it's not the gasket. I'll see if I can find a picture online actually, because at the bottom of the cover there is a small like nick taken out of it, and I thought, you know, it's just been fucked with at some point, but I looked it up and another, you know, looked to replace it notionally, and the replacement had exactly the same. I'll see if I can find a picture and I'll drop it around the corner. But yeah, aside from that, any suggestions, people? I don't know, but I feel like I'm making progress. But that leak is stopping me at the moment. Cheers all, ta-da, bye.